Next stop on the NRSL Mello series brings us to South Boston Speedway in South Boston, Virginia, as we go from the short 3/8 mile racetrack that was Orange County Speedway in Rougemont, North Carolina. We now go on to South Boston Speedway in South Boston, Virginia, a 4/10 mile racetrack, as we are set for 41 cars of racing here to 41 lap cars. 39 cars in action here today, and 51 of them are 51 laps are to be run here. Sorry, I can't talk here today. So we'll see what happens here today as we are here for the running of the Axalta We Paint Winners 250. And let's get to the starting line for today's running of the event. On the pole, the championship leader, which nobody wanted to see on the pole because of his big points lead, Kyle Matthews. He has 6 wins so far this season and has a 389-point lead coming into this event. Beside him is his buddy Charles Sanford, car 74, the Phenolube Chevrolet. Row 2 is the number 5 Delphi Chevrolet of John Arndt, and beside him will be Benjamin Miles in car 7, the Geico Punt Chevrolet. Third row, Chris Stollerton, who had a great run at that Orange County race in the Texas Pete Sauces 300. Beside him will be Dylan Young in car 38, the Great Clips Toyota. Fourth row has Chris Dodd in number 88, the Navy Chevrolet, and Zachary Fitzwater in 45, the Sprint Chevrolet. Row 5 has number 36, Luis Hernandez, who had a great run at Orange County until he had problems late in the going. Beside him will be Nick Baxter, who won the second race out there at Orange County, the second dual race there. Next row down has car 89, Quentin Morton racing for Jesus Chevrolet. Beside him will be number 66, I should say, the Duraflame Dodge of Andrew Perry. Fourth row will have car number 27, the Cashel GTX Chevrolet of William Brock. Beside him will be Emmanuel Hartnett, who finished second in the first race, the first heat race, dual race, I should say, at Orange County. He also won at Myrtle Beach this year, too. Next row down has Kev Shearer in car 14, the Navy Chevrolet, and beside him will be the Timberwolf Pontiac, car 37, of Matt Haas. Next row down has Jesse Turner in car number 34, the Gould's Pump Chevrolet, here won at Las Vegas, and Johnny Gardner, car 22, the Discount Tires Dodge. Next row down is Matt McIntyre, number 93, the Amoco Ultimate Pontiac, and number 2, the AC Delco Chevrolet of Zach Flickinger. Next row down has Paul Minnick in car number 10, the Nesquik Chevrolet, and Andrew Davis in car 87, the Balsam Ability Chevrolet. Next row down is JT Bryant in car number 1, the DeWalt Tools Chevrolet, and Cole Bieber in the Oreo Ritz Chevrolet, car number 3. Next row down has Michael Turner in car 43, the Auto Value Bumper to Bumper Toyota, and Joshua Osborne. He has one of our 3 in-car cameras in today's event in car 60 to Winn-Dixie Ford. There, Kyle Matthews has the second camera as well. Next row down is Jordan Anderson in car 18, the MBNA America Pontiac, and car 62, the South Point Hotel and Casino Chevrolet of Joshua Sakuli. Next row down has car 72. It'll be Daniel Olson, who won at Talladega this season, and car 99, Dunlop Pratt, the Aaron's Dream Machine Toyota. Next row down has Jonathan Zorlin in car 33, the Ream Chevrolet, and car 23, the Stacker 2 Chevrolet of Dougie Shears. Next row down has car 29, the Phillips 66 Trop Arctic Chevrolet car 29 of Trace Williams, and car 24, the DuPont Chevrolet of Ryan George. Next row down is our third in-car camera, Jessica Shelton in car number 94, the New Holland Ford. Has 4 wins this season, including the first dual race at Orange County. She'll be flanked by car 12, Chelsea Bowles in the Verizon Wireless Dodge. Next row down is Nick Gunther, the winner at California, in car 20, the GameStop Toyota, and beside him will be Phil Parker in car 17, the DeWalt Tool Chevy. And starting scratch on the field, Joshua Collard in car 13, the Mark I Electric Ford for Jennifer Jo Cobb Racing. So the field is set for 51 laps of distance here at Orange County Speedway, and here comes the command to fire the engines here at South Boston.
Drivers, start your engine!
Ah, yes, gotta love it when kids give the command to fire the engines. I say every time when that command comes along. So the field's about to roll off here. They'll have one pace lap before they get the green flag here. 4/10 mile action here. 4/10 of a mile racetrack here. The second shortest on the circuit here. Only of course to that track at Rougemont, North Carolina. That we were at last on the tour. So the field's about to come off corner number 4. Pace car ducks up on the pit road. There he is. And the green flag is out, and we are underway here at South Boston. And Charles Samper was way out in front of Kyle Matthews. I don't know what happened here. And he will get a penalty for that here. He was way ahead of Kyle Matthews on the start. So Charles Samper, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there. Nonetheless, so Kyle Matthews leads the race here with Chris Dallerton second. Going for third now is Chris Dodd inside of Benjamin Miles. They come off turn number 4. And because, of course, this track is so short here, they will, of course, have lap traffic here. That was, you saw Charles Samper. They, of course, might as well make a pit stop anyway. But he is now scored 1 lap down, maybe 2 down here, as now Chris Dodd goes inside of Dallerton for position. That's for second place here, as Matthews still leads the race. And there is Charles Samper up ahead of Matthews, where he was on the start. But now the difference now is he is now 1 lap down. So with that kind of craziness happening right here, Andrew Perry now is in 4th position as he goes inside of Dallerton. 5th position is now Quentin Moore. Going to 6th is Dylan Young. 7th position now is 7th position is now Jesse Turner. Matt McIntyre's in 8th position there. 9th, battling for 9th is Paul Minnick along with Nick Baxter, Benjamin Miles, and William Brock, the 7 and 27 cars. And throw in Michael Turner in car numbers 8 to 43 and the 18 of Jordan Anderson. As they go down through the 3rd and 4th turns here, so far clean and green after 8 laps of this event here. You would think, of course, this being a tight 4/10 of a mile racetrack, though, do you think there'd be cautions after cautions like you usually would see at tracks like Bristol? So, but anyway, that is not the case at the moment here at South Boston Speedway. And a big mover upper through the field here is that 94 car, Jessica Shelton, who won the first dual race down at Orange County Speedway this season. Is your on-board Shelton's car. Started this race in 35th position, and she is up to the 22nd spot. So Shelton looking very strong at the moment. Following behind Phil Parker in 17. And that 27 car, William Brock, who started outside the top 10, being shuffled to the back. So that's what it looks like right there, and there's a good shot of the entire field right there. Chelsea falls with the way, and Joshua Collard in 13. Did he spin? Oh no, he saved it. Collard got off the wall, come off corner number 4 here, and just about got turned around and lost it. Actually, it's all turn number 2, excuse me, but Collard saved it, and now he's still shuffled back to the back, though. Has not made much headway from his 39th starting position. He's now 34th. As Johnny Gardner goes inside of him now for position here. Zachary Fitzwater's also back there. Dougie Shears, who's part of that chase for the Cup Series championship in the Castrol GTX Cup Series as they head to Martinsville next on the tour, just down the road from South Boston, as a matter of fact. Fitzwater trailing along in the back here. Kyle Matthews, Lord, what can you say about his season so far? 300 has got almost a 400-point lead coming into this event, and just continues to dominating this event there. But now Matthews is about, so I don't know where he is in comparison to Joshua Collard. There's the let's look at the copter cam. Collard's going into turn 3, or turn number 1, excuse me. Matthews is now going into turn number 1. So here he is coming off turn number 2. Collard is through 3 and 4. So they will hit lap. So it looks to me like they will hit lap traffic. So along the line here, as Flickinger comes off turn number 4, now Matthews comes off turn number 4. So lap traffic will be a factor. So Kyle Matthews may not be out of the woods just yet as far as getting the win is concerned. As Chris Dodd still closing in, still keeping it close though. The margin is now 7/10 of a second, or 7/600 here. Charles Sampers a lap down in third spot, or lap down in last place at the moment, though. So he is very much out of the contention, unless, of course, he gets the lap back and the yellow flag flies. But of course, Chris Dollerton running in third position. Fourth right now going is Michael Turner. Jesse Turner's fifth, as we're past halfway almost here. Jordan Anderson's in sixth position. Seventh is Benjamin Miles, matching his car number, as 26 of 51, or as 25 of 51 now is in the books. Andrew Perry's 8th. 9th is Nick Baxter, and Jonathan Zorlin in the Ream Chevy runs in 10th position. Phil Parker in 11th, and up from 35th starting spot, Jessica Shelton has been very, very strong here. She runs in 12th spot at the moment from 35th, and she now tries for 11th on Phil Parker. But the bad news, of course, for her is that she does stand to lose points on Matthews right now. She gained some points on him coming into at that race in Orange County, but still. But the way the points, of course, we got here, she has to gain 97. She has to gain 98 points on Matthews per race in the last few, and that's a hard task, obviously. But bad news, of course, now Moore has done LaPrance with to make a pass on her, and that's for 12th spot, dropping Shelton to 13th. Nonetheless, we are clean and green at the moment here. Chris Dodd continues to close up on Matthews. It's now down to less than 7/10 of a second. And as we're already down to almost 20 laps to go in this event. But now Matthews is starting to catch lap traffic here in the form of Kev Shearer. There he is, along with Chelsea Bowles up ahead of Matthews, whom you are on board with at the moment. So we are going to see kind of a conveyor belt as it looks like from the aerial shot. That's the rear bumper cam from Kyle Matthews' car, looking back at Chris Dodd in second position in the Navy Chevy. And he lost a little bit that time by Dodd did 82 hundredths of a second now between the first and second place cars. Now he's pulled up in the back of Trace Williams now in 29. And that's going to allow Dodd to close up, and Matthews is being slowed up just a little bit. There's the copter camera there. Chris Dodd is closing in. Let's see what it is this time by, margin-wise. He gained 2/10 that time by. Andrew Davis almost gets the welcome out of turn number 2, as Kev Shearer goes inside now for position, along with Joshua Card and Trace Williams, who is trying to keep from getting lapped by Matthews. And he will not do so, and Dodd continues to, and the interval continues to shrink between Dodd and Matthews. Remember when we had a Cup Series race here on this racetrack right here, it looked like Ryan George was in good shape to win that race, though, until Joseph Romero ate up about a second and a half to 2 seconds and passed Ryan George on the final lap to win the race. In one of the best Cup Series finishes I think I've ever had in that series. But anyway, But lap traffic is starting to be a factor right now here. And Dodd is closer to Matthews now. It was a half second less time by. Oh, this dwindled to nothing. Now it's 2100. Here comes Dodd to the inside of Matthews. Inside goes Chris Dodd, and he's got the lead. Chris Dodd ate up about almost a full second, and he now takes the lead with 10 laps to go in the race. Charles Sanford tries to get up underneath Matthews now. And who's next in line? I think it's Andrew Davis in 87. He's in third spot now with Dollarton in fourth. So Kyle Matthews led the first 40 laps of the race and now loses the lead to Chris Dodd as they come down through third and turns number 3 and 4 now. But now can Matthews get back at Chris Dodd though? Lap traffic, as we said, could play a factor in this race. And he goes on the outside of Dylan Young. That's for second. That's Dylan Young running right now in 32nd position. Matthews is still at the racetrack right now, and he is in danger of losing a spot to Chris Dollarton in 32. Dollarton running third as he got by Andrew Davis for position. But now if Chris Dodd gets into any trouble there with those lap cars here, Dollarton might be in the catbird seat possibly to get him. Bad news again for Dollarton. He's a second and 10th back. With now, as they come down forward, this will be 4 laps to go. Chris Dodd has not yet won in the NRSL Mello Yello Series this season, though, and he could be about 3 laps on his way to doing so. The number 88 Navy Chevrolet, the 2008 Brad Keselowski machine, appears to be in really good shape to take his first win of the season as they come down through the third and fourth turns now. But now he's up to the high side of the racetrack here as Daniel Olson goes inside now with 2 laps to go. Dollarton has gotten by all the lap cars though, but now with Dodd up the racetrack. Dollarton's right there! Dollarton's right there! Here they come! White flag is out! Through turns 1 and 2, Dollarton gained a lot that time by, but Chris Dodd holding his lane. It's going to be too late for Chris Dollarton. Chris Dodd is going to win the Axalta We Paint Winners 250 here at South Boston. Oh, and I thought the run that Dollarton had, I thought he might have had a shot at Dodd. Oh, my. Chris Dodd takes the number 88 Navy Chevrolet to victory lane here at South Boston Speedway as he wins the Axalta We Paint Winners 250. Chris Dollarton, don't say he didn't try, though. I mean, I thought when Dodd got the high side and Dollarton was the inside, and I thought Dodd was going to be stuck on the high side, I thought Dodd was done for on that one for sure on the last lap. That was quite a finish. Took the lead with 10 laps to go from Kyle Matthews and never looked back. But like I said, it almost cost him on that final lap, though. So 29 races are in the books, and Chris Dodd takes the win. The back of pair. Chris has finished first and second. Chris Dodd wins, and Chris Dollarton comes home second in this race here. His second place finish this season. Kyle Matthews comes home third, and he will extend his points lead, obviously. Coming into the next stop on the tour at Rockingham for the AC Delco 400. And this race will have a week off, while the Trucks and Cup will have their doubleheader at North Wilkesboro. For the, Jesse Turner comes home in 4th position. 5th will go to Benjamin Miles. 6th place will go to Nick Baxter. A great day for him. Jonathan Zorlin 7th. 8th will be Michael Turner, Andrew Perry 9th. And Dunlap Pratt comes home in 10th position. So some solid runs out of a lot of those drivers here this weekend at South Boston. Bill Parker, a solid run in 11th. Nick Gunther, he also came from the back to finish in 12th. Jessica Shelton, 13th, after starting 35th. Joshua Osborne finishes in 14th. He also started back in the back as well. William Brock, 15th. 16th will be Emmanuel Hartnett. Ryan George 17th, Paul Minnick 18th, Fitzwater 19th, Cole Deaver 20th. 21st position will go to 21st will go to Dougie Shears, 22nd John Arndt, 23rd Quentin Moore, 24th will be Luis Hernandez, 25th will be Johnny Gardner, Zach Flickinger, JT Bryant, Kev Shearer, Matt Haas, Daniel Olson runs out the top 30. Dylan Young, 31st, Joshua Sakuli, 32nd, 33rd will be Sakuli will be the last lead lap finisher. Chelsea Bowles and Joshua Collard had out of the race because of some kind of a problem along the line. Chelsea Bowles was 33rd. 34th will be Trace Williams, Matt McIntyre 35th, Collard 36th, Andrew Davis 37th. Charles Sanford had had the penalty for jumping the start. He ends up 38th though in the race, and Jordan Anderson a camshaft problem apparently with his MB&A Pontiac, and he ends up last in the field. So Sanford at least gets a little 7-1. He does give a little consolation. He will not finish dead last, where it looked like he was going to. But anyway, unfortunate situation of what happened for jumping the start. Average speed, 99.791 miles per hour, and Chris Dodd, who passed Kyle Matthews for the win with 10 laps to go, and had to hold up a very hungry Chris Dollerton to take home the victory here in the Axalta We Paint Winners 250 at South Boston Speedway. So the next race on the tour for this series is at Rockingham for the AC Delco 200. And with this series, and of course, the series will be have an off weekend with Trucks and Cup at North Wilkesboro. And of course, Trucks will be at Martinsville. So we're here for the Truck Cup doubleheader there. So the truck race will be coming up next after this here from Martinsville Speedway. Until then, James Qualls has been a production of the NRSL, and we will see you next time.